Hey Sagittarius, welcome to Abundant Life Divination. I'm Drea and we're going to do your month ahead reading for October 2022. We're going to jump right in and pull some oracle cards to see what overall energy is surrounding this reading for you. And the first card that we have out for you is mending. Let's pull another, see what other energies are surrounding you as we get into your reading for October 2022. Oh, and we have trust. Sagittarius. Feels like some of y'all got some trust issues out there. I'm not even mad at you. We all have them from time to time. But with the mending card and trust, it feels as though there's a need for you all to sort of fix some things that may be broken. And this is not necessarily just in terms of the relationships that you have with other people. This could very well be the relationship that you have with yourself. There are often times when we go through things in life where we sort of lose faith in ourselves. We stop trusting our intuition. We doubt ourselves. We second guess ourselves. And so that in and of itself is a relationship that sometimes we need to fix. We need to get to the core of why we're so doubtful of ourselves, why we give other people so much credit, why we believe in them so much more than we believe in ourselves. So I feel like for a lot of my Sages out there, October is going to be a time of fixing those things that are broken and getting your trust back in alignment. Even more than that, though, is getting your discernment back in a place that is good for you. You know, figuring out and trusting yourself to know who's for you, who's not for you, what situations are good for you, what situations are not so great for you. This feels like it's going to be a heavy emphasis on healing and repairing and trusting yourself and figuring out who around you should trust as well. So let's get into some tarot, and we're going to start by checking on the energy that this month is going to be bringing to you. Look at that. We have the World. This month has the potential to bring you everything, sort of the completion of a cycle. So these challenges that you were going through are coming to an end. It's, this is sort of the end of the fool's journey. You took a leap, you learned a ton of lessons, and now you're going into the next chapter of your life smarter, stronger, all of that good stuff. But it's going to take the repairing of some sort of relationship. And we'll see, hopefully that'll come out, whether or not that's an internal relationship or your relationships with other people. But there is a new chapter that's coming for you. We have the Ace of Pentacles and we have the Four of Cups. So alongside this energy of change, especially with the Four of Cups, this is you rejecting that which no longer serves you. This is very much a sense of, you know what? I don't want that cup. That's not for me. That's not my ministry. That's not where I am in life. And being okay with that, trusting your instincts. Trusting that your higher self is guiding you in the right direction, not accepting things that you know are not meant for you. And look, we have the Ace of Pentacles to clarify. A new foundation that's being built, something coming in that's tangible, that's stable, that is inviting more abundance into your life. This is the foundation. This is the root. The seed that's been planted that's going to grow over time. So this new beginning for you, this fresh start, is a good thing. But again, I think it's dependent on you trusting yourself enough to know who to keep around, who to let go of, people, situations, places, all of that good stuff. Now, something that you should think about leaving behind, the Ace of Wands. Let's see if we can clarify that a little bit, because usually the Ace of Wands is not necessarily a bad card, right? It's the spark of something new. It's something very excited. We have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so for my Sagittarius collective out there, it feels as though there may have been a false start that you had. Now, again, this can be with a person. This can be in terms of your career, other different things. Something that you were sort of excited about, something that you thought was going to bring you a ton of stability, a ton of abundance, that didn't necessarily work out. That's not the end for you. And I almost feel like this was a situation that caused you to doubt yourself, where you were just like, how the hell could I have been so wrong about that? Like, everything was lined up. Everything was perfect. I thought everything was good. I thought this is what I wanted. Well, my Saggies, maybe this was not meant for you. And that's okay, because there's something else that is. There's something else that's coming in for you. So just because this particular 10 of Pentacles didn't work out, and just because this excitement may have fizzled out a little bit for you, it doesn't mean that you were wrong. It just means that it was not for you at this particular moment in your life. So maybe there's another building block that needs to be put in place before you can get this 10 of Pentacles. Maybe this was a lesson that you were to learn from so that you could take full advantage of what's coming for you next. But please don't doubt yourself and say that you were totally wrong and that you can't trust yourself. That's not the case. This may have just been one of those lessons that needed to happen for you to be able to take advantage of what's next. Now, how can you get the most out of this new month? We have the Fool. And this is one of my favorite cards because it's all about taking chances. And again, this is not a chance that's just like completely off the rails and dumb, like, oh, hey, let me inhale this random chemical and see what happens. This is not that type of chance, y'all, okay? So please don't do anything like that. But this is looking at everything that you have in your life and trusting yourself, trusting in the universe, and saying, you know what? I'm going to give this a try. I'm not entirely certain about it. There are some things that I don't know, but I know me. I trust me. And the second that it doesn't feel okay, I know that I can reverse course, that I can go do something else. So the Fool is someone who is willing to take chances because they have that much faith in themselves. And my Saggies, you should have a lot of faith in yourselves. Yes, you may have been disappointed, but understand that there's something amazing waiting for you. And you're not going to intentionally steer yourself wrong. So when an opportunity comes up, and it looks like it will with this Ace of Pentacles, it's probably in your best interest to take it. 4 of Pentacles. Now, ordinarily, this is the card of holding back. And so one of the things, to get the most out of this month, this is, again, being measured, being tempered, right? Taking all of the information you have and taking informed steps ahead, but taking those steps to move forward. This is not you, again, this is not you going balls to the wall, just buck wild, reckless. No. This is you being smart because you trust yourself. You've mended that relationship with yourself. So you know the right things to do. You know what makes you feel good. You know what feeds your spirit. And that's going to be your North Star going forward. Now, something on your journey that you need to sort of examine or be aware of. We have the King of Wands and we also have Chains. What I feel like is that once you are sort of locked in to your path, Sagittarius, that you may not allow a ton of room for flexibility. And so I feel like these cards are inviting you to explore why it is that you may hyper focus on one thing and not leave room for something else. So we saw here that there was a lot of disappointment surrounding something that may not necessarily have worked out. And it feels like it's left you in a place of not believing in yourself, not trusting in yourself, and perhaps not thinking that there's an alternative path that's available to you. But the energy of this month is saying that, yes, there absolutely is. So something you need to be aware of is making sure that you are flexible enough to see what's out there, to have your eyes open, and to have that level of trust that you can take advantage of this opportunity and not lock yourself into one box, one path that may not be the best path for you. So make sure that you take a little time and, explore why it is that you might be so wedded to accomplishing something in one specific way. If there's nothing else that I've discovered about life over time, is that it is not always linear. And sometimes there are curves, sometimes there are off ramps, sometimes there are paths that you absolutely did not expect to be on. But once you get on them, oh my God, beautiful, beautiful things come up. They come towards you. And it'll be up to you to take advantage of it or not. Now, something to be mindful of this month, we have Judgment in reverse. I feel like the Judgment card goes right along with the Fool card and the Four of Pentacles. So this is you not necessarily having all of the answers. And this is you, I feel like, being comfortable in the midst of discomfort, right? That maybe you don't have all of the answers right now. Maybe the path that you had envisioned for yourself is a little different. Maybe it's not straight. Maybe it takes a little, left turn right here, a little right hook right there. But there's that saying, right? Just take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the entire staircase. Just take the first step. And so I feel like something that you should be mindful of is that it's okay to not have all of the answers right now. It's okay to not have that rigid path laid out before you. Be the fool and take that first step, because that's what's going to unfold everything in front of you. But you have to trust in yourself. You have to trust in the universe, your ancestors, angels, spirit guides, and goddess. But look at this. We had that clarified by the Six of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. Planting your seeds. Being very conscientious. Taking those steps. Waiting to see what comes up. What comes into fruition. And the Six of Cups. This is sort of looking at the past. And again, remember, there are lessons maybe from your prior path. So it's okay for you to take a look back and say, I could have done that differently. Maybe I'll think about doing this last time. That worked out okay. This not so much. So this is taking steps towards your future while being cognizant of your past. Recognizing that there are some things you did great. Maybe some things that could do with a little bit of tweaking as you go forward. But more than anything, trusting in yourself, that you know that you're going to make the right decisions for you. And that's going to open up a whole new world of possibilities. So I'm going to leave it there, Sag. Drop a comment if you enjoyed this reading, and I will see you on the next one.